The following is a list of characters from the Japanese magical girl anime television series, Ojamajo Doremi, known as Magical DoReMi in some countries, where appropriate. Names on the left are the original Japanese names, whilst names on the right are from the English language adaptation of the first series by 4Kids Entertainment, later by 4K Media Inc. This article uses the Japanese names Oyamajos. Oyamajos are referred to as witchlings in the 4Kids English dub. The characters are listed in chronological order by season and episode which they become witch apprentices. DoReMi Harukes. Harukes DoReMi. Dory Goodwin. Voiced by Kiemi Chiba. Anime. Kasumi Suzuki. Oyamajo Kids. Japanese. Amy Pallant. English. The main protagonist, DoReMi, reflects our typical magical girl. Lively to the point of being noisy. A poor student. Clumsy and careless though very compassionate. And has shown to be boy crazy in earlier seasons. Her favorite food is steak. A running gag in the series being that she never gets the chance to eat it. She often proclaims herself to be the unluckiest, prettiest girl in the whole world when things don't go right for her. Her name is a play on the first three notes of the musical scale: do, re, and mi. Her fairy is Dodo, and is very much like DoReMi. DoReMi's theme color is pink and her crystal is a pink bean. Her personal spell is Pirika Pirilala Poplina Peperuto. While in magical stage her spell is Pirika Pirilala. Carefree. Pirika Pirirara Nobayaka ni. Hazuki Fujiwara. Fujiwara Hazuki. Reem Griffith. Voiced by Tomoko Akiya. Anime. Mila Tanaka. Oyamajo Kids. Japanese. Rebecca Sola. English. DoReMi's best friend since kindergarten. She is a shy, passive and sweet girl, and she tends to be one of the smartest students in her school. In quite a few episodes of Ojamajo Doremi, Hazuki and her classmate and childhood friend, Masaru Yada, are shown to have feelings for each other. Her fairy is Riri, a caring fairy who shares Hazuki's traits. Hazuki's theme color is orange and her crystal is an orange heart. Her personal spell is Peipai Pon Poi Puwa Puwa Puu, while her spell in magical stage is Peipai Pon Poi. Flexible. Peipai Pon Poi Shinayaka ni. Aiko Seno. Seno Aiko. Maribel Hayward. Voiced by Yuki Matsuoka. Anime. Chiharu Watanabe. Oyamajo Kids. Japanese. Anas Moriarty. English. An extrovert transfer student from Osaka, Buttercorn Ridge in the English dub, who speaks in Kansai Ben, rendered as a country drawl in the English dub. Her parents are divorced, so she lives with her father, a taxi driver, while her mother, a nurse, works in Osaka. She loves both her parents very much and wishes for them to get back together, even going so far as to attempt forbidden magic to do so. In the end, she and her parents move back to Osaka and lives happily with them and her grandpa. Because of her parents' messy divorce before, she knows how to cook and clean. Her fairy is Mimi, the toughest of the fairies. Aiko's theme color is blue and her crystal is a blue diamond. Her spell is Pamaruku Raruku Lalalali Poppin, while her spell in magical stage is Pamaruku Laruku. Proud. Pamaruku Raruku Takaruka ni. Poparukes. Erukes Popu. Caitlin Goodwin. Voiced by Sawara Shige. Japanese. Liza Jacqueline. English. DoReMi's younger sister. She attends Sonatine Kindergarten for the first half of the series and then moves on to Misora First Elementary School in the later half. Pop accidentally discovers DoReMi's magical powers in the first season and as such becomes a witch as well. And from Popu Topu, She acts older than her age and is more responsible than her older sister. Her fairy is Fafa, who's shy and timid, but has a sisterly relationship with Dodo. Pop's theme color is red and her crystal is a red 4-leaf clover. Her personal spell is Pipito Purito Puritan Peperuto, while her spell in magical stage is Pipito Purito, cheerful. Pipito Purito Hogaruka ni Onpu Seigawa. Seigawa Onpu. Ellie Craft. Voiced by Rumi Shishido. Anime. Makoto Takeda. Ojamajo Kids. Japanese. Jessica Calvello. English. A famous Japanese idol who became a witch apprentice of Mahoruka, a rival of Mahorika. She is cold-hearted at first, but becomes kind and selfless by spending time with DoReMi and her friends. She lives with her mother, who used to be an idol herself before an accident traumatized her. She is now her daughter's agent. Her father, a railroad engineer, is constantly away from home due to work. Her fairy is Roro, who shares her my pace style of work. Onipu's theme color is purple and her crystal is a purple teardrop. Her spell is Puria Unpure and Fama Fami Fa, while her spell in magical stage is Puria Unpuren, elegant. Puria Unpuren Suzuka ni. In Japanese, her name means musical note. Momoko Asuka. Asuka Momoko. Voiced by Nami Miyahara. Anime. Chisato Mida. Ojamajo Kids. A Japanese-American transfer student from New York City and was the apprentice of the late Maho Monroe. At the beginning of Motto Ojamajo Doremi, she only speaks English and is unfamiliar with the Japanese culture since her 6 years in America. Though she is able to use a translator intercom with her patissiere uniform with which she can fluently understand and speak Japanese. She becomes friends with DoReMi and the others, who teach her how to speak Japanese. Her most prized possession is an earring given to her by Maho Monroe before she died. In fact, she loved Maho Monroe so much that she even attempted to use forbidden magic to bring her back to life, shattering her crystal in the process and resulting in her continued apprenticeship under Mahorika. Momoko returns to America at the end of the series. Her fairy is Nini, who can speak English when in human form like Momoko can. Momoko's theme color is yellow and her crystal is a yellow 3-leaf clover. Her spell is Perutan Peptin Paralelopon, while her spell in magical stage is Perutan Petin. Refreshing. Perutan Petin Sawayaka ni Hana-Chan Hanamaki Teyama. Makiyateyama Hana. Voiced by Ikuue Otani. Anime. Sugumi Shinohara. Ojamajo Kids. A baby born from the Witch Queen Rose. A large blue rose in the Witch Queen's garden that produces a new baby every 100 years as successor to the throne. Hana is given to DoReMi to be cared for after she stumbles across her. In Ojamajo Doremi Doka-Tilda-en, she transforms herself into an 11-year-old so she could attend school with her mothers and takes on the name of Hanamaki Teyama, as her original magic crystal is destroyed as a result. She borrows magic power from the other Ojamajos in order to use magic. Hana returns to the witch world with Mahorika and the fairies in the end. Her fairy is Toto, who is as excitable as Hana. Hana's theme color is white and her crystal is a white sphere. While she doesn't need a spell to cast magic, she made up one for herself. Puran Puaran Hana Hana Pai. In Japanese, her name means flower. Witch world. The witch world is referred to as the Luniverse in the 4Kids English dub. Witches. Mahorika. Majorika. Patana. Voiced by Naomi Nagasawa. Japanese. Lisa Ortiz. English. a witch that owns and unsuccessfully manages the Maho Dao. This short-tempered witch dubs herself Rika Makiyateyama, and lives in the human world. Caught by DoReMi, she was cursed and transformed into a magic frog. Maho Rika later gains more witch apprentices, each a bit of a handful for her, thus leading her to call them, especially DoReMi, bothersome witches. Ojamajo. In reality, she does care for them and thinks of them as her daughters. In the end, she goes back to the witch world with Hana and the fairies. Her crystal is a lilac sphere. Dera, witch conure of the Luniverse. Voiced by Chihiro Sakurai. Japanese. Molly Weaver. English. The witch world's tax collector. She visits the girls and Maho Rika's magic shop often to collect monthly and overdue payments. Her entrances usually involve coming out of various objects like closets, from behind doors, or even from inside vases and cups. In the dubbed version, she has an accordion playing in the background while she sings her entrance greeting. In the Japanese version, her singing is more mystical and softly sung. She also shows up occasionally bearing deliveries for the girls, like their witch apprentice certificates, certiwands, or information regarding their tests. Dealer rarely gives anything away, even information, without a price. The Queen of the Witch World. Maho Kai no Jo-sama. Queen Lumina. Voiced by Ukura Mai. Japanese. Carol Jacobanis. English. The Queen of the Witch World, who hides her face behind a veil. She watches over the apprentices as they progress, also using her own power to provide Hana with the ability to transform. At the end of the 4th season, she is revealed to be Yuki, who had been following DoReMi's potential and putting her on the path to become a great witch. Maho Rin. Amaretta. Voiced by Reiko Kiyuchi. Japanese. Kelly Ray. English. The Queen's royal attendant. She also drives the Queen's carriage and is a loyal servant and apprentice. Mota. Drona and Motar Mota. Rona. Drona voiced by Uko Kawasaki. Japanese. Jessica Calvello. English. Rona, voiced by Yuko. Japanese. Bella Hudson. English. A pair of witches, one fat and one thin, who serve as the proctors for the apprentice examinations. During the 2nd series, they took care of babies named Deki and Deki Paki. They tested the girls in Series 1 and Pop from Series 2 onward. They both speak very slowly. Maho Ruka. Petunia. Voiced by Mayumi Sho. Japanese. Kathleen Delaney. English. She first appeared when Maho Rika lost the Mahoda to Dealer in a heated card game, who then sold the shop to Maho Ruka to help her out in the shop. Maho Ruka turned a bat and a rat into her servants. After Maho Rika got her shop back, Maho Ruka retreated to a beach where ONPU happened to discover her in the act of using magic, causing her to turn into a witch frog. She then makes ONPU her witch apprentice. During the 2nd and 3rd season, Maho Rika and Maho Ruka are on mostly good terms. By season 4, she returned to her original form, Mahodon, voiced by Ayumi Takatani, the head of the Witch World's Market Exchange. Maho Heart. Maho Hato, voiced by Fumi Huju, the head doctor of the Witch World who manages the health examinations that Hana is required to pass during the 2nd season. Maho Miller. Maho Mira, voiced by Mayumi Sho, the head of the Witch World's kindergarten. Maho Monroe. Maho Monroe, voiced by Ikue Otani, a deceased witch who was Momoko's teacher in America. She befriended Momoko when she was younger, teaching her English and bakery, before making her witch apprentice after being discovered and turned into a magical frog. She eventually died due to illness, leaving Momoko with an earring. She is based on actress Marilyn Monroe. Maho Vanilla. Maho Banera, voiced by Uko Matsuoka, the head pastry chef of the Witch World, who is Maho Monroe's identical twin sister as they were born from the same rose. Like her sister, she is based on Marilyn Monroe. Maho Sloan. Maho Shoron, voiced by Hisako Kuda, director of the Witch Museum, who used to go on many adventures. Maho Reed. Maho Rido, voiced by Mayumi Asano, founder and mayor of a village for magical frogs, who is hiding the fact she became a magical frog herself. Maho Ran. Maho Hart's foster daughter, who doesn't like to rely on magic. Maho Torbayon. Maho Turubayon, voiced by Mika Doi, generally referred to as the queen of many generations ago. Zen Sendai no Josama. Maho Torbayon was once the queen of the witch world who left her throne in order to marry a human. However, her husband soon died in an accident, and because of her long lifespan, she outlived her son, whilst her unchanging appearance caused her grandchildren to leave her. This left her with a distrust in humans, and she became enveloped in sadness, sealing off the two worlds and placing a curse which turns any witch discovered by a human into a magical frog, so they would not go through the same suffering she did. Thanks to DoReMi and her friends, she is freed from her slumber and undoes the curse, before deciding to return to the human world. Fairies. Lala. Rara. Larali, voiced by Megumi Takamura, Japanese. Andy Whaley, English. Mahorika's fully grown fairy. Unlike Mahorika, she is friendly, mature, and more willing to help. Her human world disguise is a white cat. Dodo. Riri. Rere in the English dub. Mimi. Roro. Nini. Toto. And Fafa. The personal fairies of DoReMi. Hazuki. Aiko. Onpu. Momoko. Hana. And Pop respectively, which they each received after passing the Level 2 apprentice examinations. They have similar personalities to their owners and can transform into their appearance, generally to substitute for their owners to avoid suspicion. But they are only able to say their names. They can also be used to operate certain devices, during which they take a more mature form. Hihi. Felina, voiced by Hiroko Konishi. She is Mahoruka's fully grown fairy and is the opposite of Lala, whom she doesn't get along with due to the fact that she calls Lala old. She is the one who sent the email to Onipu's fans in Ojamajo Doremi episode 48. Unlike Lala, Hihi has blue hair and dark skin. Baba, voiced by Romy Park, the personal fairy of Maho Torbayon who resides inside of a magical chest. She serves as the main clue pertaining to the items needed to awaken Maho Torbayon from her slumber. She quickly gains a fondness for cola, often demanding it before sharing any information. Wizards. Alexander Tagasaku Oyajide. T. Ariko Tandoru Tagasaku Oyajide. Third Adjo the Great. Voiced by Ginzo Matsuo. Nobuaki Kanemitsu, a famous thief from the wizard world. For his actions, he was trapped inside a notebook PC and forced to help the Oyamahos track down bad cards. He is later freed after fulfilling his duty, but soon attempts to kidnap Hana to use her power for the wizard world. Afterwards, he is forced to work part-time at the Witch World's kindergarten as punishment for his actions. He has two main forms, one being a suave human form and the other being a small onion-like creature. He has a huge crush on ONPU and is the seventh member of her fan club. Fujio. Leon. Reon. Akatsuki. And Toru. Voiced by Tomoseki. A group of young wizards, collectively known as the FLAT4, who were tasked with trying to capture Hana during the second season. Others. Pow. Voiced by Miko Kanai, a mysterious egg-flying elephant who Hana befriends in the fourth season. When Hana uses an accordion that was found around her neck, she has the ability to suck up the darkness caused by the thorns that had trapped Maho Torbayon. She also poops valuable beads, though the worth is often balanced out by how much it costs to feed her. Fami. Voiced by Kumiko Watanabe, a mysterious girl who only appears in the last episode of Naruto to visit DoReMi, who is revealed to be her future granddaughter that traveled through time using magic. Human World. Misora Elementary School. The school is renamed Port Mystic Elementary in the 4Kids English dub. Teachers Ms. Seiki. Seiki Sensei. Miss Cooper. Voiced by Nanaho Katashiragi. Japanese. Kate Rowland. English. DoReMi's homeroom teacher. A strict but otherwise cool-headed teacher who cares about her students. She has a boyfriend and owns a motorbike. Ms. Yuki. Uki Sensei. Miss Shannon. Voiced by Ukura Mai. Japanese. KZ Rogers. English. The school nurse, who has helped students from all across the world. At the end of the fourth season, she is revealed to be the true identity of the Queen of the Witch World. Uka Nishizawa. Nishizawa Yuka. Voiced by Uka Tokumatsu, the homeroom teacher of Class 5-2 and 6-2 in the third and fourth seasons respectively, who was also Seiki's underclassman. Principal. Kocho Sensei. Principal Hamburg. Voiced by Nobuaki Kanemitsu. Japanese. Pete Zerustaka. English. The school's principal. Vice Principal. Kyoto Sensei. Vice Principal Shupal. Voiced by Yoshihiko Akaida. Japanese. Eric Stewart. English. The strict Vice Principal. Ms. Hinako. Hinako Sensei. Voiced by Kaneko Hibamatsu. Pop's homeroom teacher during elementary school. Class 1. In 5th and 6th grades. Former Class 1. In 3rd and 4th grades. Takuro Hagawara. Hagawara Takuro. He plays guitar, and his father, Tetsuro Hagawara, was a member of Evergreen, a once famous rock band. Takeshi Hasabi. Hasabi Takeshi. He had a confrontation with Yada, but later became a good friend. He is also Mutsumi's old friend, Ichiro Hirano. Hirano Ichiro. He cares for his younger sister, Karen. Koji Ito. Ito Koji. Kotake's good friend, Hajime Kikuchi. Kikuchi Hajime. A boy who loves railways. He was once worried by the fact he does not have a dream for his future. Hiroko Kine. Kine Hiroko. A girl with a strong sense of justice who she later becomes Dai Morikawa's good friend. Junji Manda. Manda Junji. He is the younger brother of two twins, Miho Maruyama. Maruyama Miho. Gifted in the visual arts. Miho draws a manga based on a story by Nabucco. Though conflicted with Aiko over her close friendship with Nabucco, Aiko helps her overcome her apparent inferiority complex. Sora Miyami. Miyami Sora. He built a human-powered airplane called Stay Gold, inspired by the book of the same name. Dai Morikawa. Morikawa Dai. A boy who loves cycling. He helped Hiroko to get over her trauma. Kayako Nagato. Nagato Kayako. A girl suffering from school refusal who, from second term of her fourth school year, 2000, to around Christmas 2001, refused to attend school because of her scolionophobia, fear of school, which was prompted by being bullied on a number of occasions. Masayoshi Nakajima. Nakajima Masayoshi, a son of a policeman. He ran away from his home for a few times, although he does respect his father deep inside. Kenji Ogura. Ogura Kenji. Although he is handsome, wise, and athletic, he tries to become a comic relief, forming the Owari comedy duo Toyokan with Toyokazu. Kotaro Okajima. Okajima Kotaro. A small boy who practices kendo. Masato Rino. Rino Masato. A son of a doctor. He is smart but also arrogant. He matured later in the series. Natsumi Sato. Sato Natsumi. A daughter of a Christian church-running family. She is Nobuaki's good friend, although their families suffer from a persistent conflict. Keiko Yamamoto. Yamamoto Keiko. She is a serious book officer, who later learns to be more flexible thanks to Hana. Former Class 2. In 3rd and 4th grades. Itoko Hamada. Hamada Itoko. Juliet Koduro. The third child of 6 in the Hamada family. She is good at taking care of babies. Tetsuya Kitake. Kitake Tetsuya. Todd Washington. A childhood friend of DoReMi. Kitake is brash and teases DoReMi, often calling her Dojimi, a pun on the word clumsy. Though he can't admit it easily, he begins to harbor feelings toward her in Dokkan. He is also very kind-hearted, though he acts differently around other boys, who see him as a leader. Kitake confesses his feelings to DoReMi in the last episode of Dokkan. Mutsumi Kudo. Kudo Mutsumi. Melissa. A girl who loves wrestling. She is Hasabi's old friend. Nanako Okada. Okada Nanako. Autumn Harrison. Because she once lost her beloved pet, a dog named Lulu. She couldn't perform her animal-keeping duties. Hazuki helps her overcome her trauma. Naomi Okuyama. Okuyama Naomi. Gia. A very athletic girl who is often ridiculed by boys, because she is very tall. She has a crush on Yuji Sagawa of the SOS Trio. Kaori Shimakura. Shimakura Kaori. Penny. A school newspaper reporter wearing glasses and who always bears a camera, and is a close friend of Reika. She is voiced by Lisa Ortiz in the 4Kids English dub. Toyokazu Sugiyama. Sugiyama Toyokazu. Stuart. A wannabe comedian who always makes jokes. He is a member of SOS Trio in the 3rd and 4th grades, and of Toyokan in the 5th and 6th grades. He is voiced by Michael Sinter in a class in the 4Kids English dub. Reika Tamaki. Tamaki Reika. Josie Huffington. She is a rich girl with a very strong ego. She often quarrels with DoReMi and others. Later in the series, she befriends Momoko. She is voiced by Ai Nagano in Japanese dub, and she is voiced by Kerry Williams in the 4Kids English dub. Starting with episode 10, Trouble in Store. Masaru Yada. Yada Masaru. Justin Bailey. Hazuki's childhood friend. Yada is often misunderstood. He appears to be quiet and loves playing the trumpet, although he seems quite poor at handling social situations, something that improves as the series progresses. He is actually a kind-hearted person. This becomes more evident when a classmate, Shiori, has a serious disease, and he practices a new song for her to help her recover more quickly. Surprisingly, he is well aware of his special relationship with Hazuki, which appears to be somewhere between friends and lovers. Like Hazuki, he is also quite afraid of ghosts, sometimes even to the point of petrification. Hazuki teaches him the Mahorika chant to help him mount his courage. Nabucco Yokokawa. Yokokawa Nobuko. Belinda Higgins. A girl who likes to fabricate tall tales, though her classmates don't usually mind because they're used to it. She writes a fictitious series about a detective called Nobuo Tatikawa. Tatikawa Nobuo, whose name is loosely based on her own. along with other characters inspired by her closer friends, like Hazuki and Aiko. Later in the series, she collaborates with Miho to create a graphic novel of her stories. Class 2. In 5th and 6th grades. Former Class 1. In 3rd and 4th grades. Kenta Iizuka Kenta. To become more self-confident, he attempts to escalate Mount Fuji by bicycle with Katake and some of the other students. Sachiko Iwin Sachiko. She is a model student. Because both of her parents are teachers, she always tries to be a good child, though severely restricting herself in the process. Noriko Kano Noriko. A sober girl who surprises Reiko with her breasts. Uko Koyama Yuko. She likes to volunteer and is able to use sign language. Yuko Manda Yoko. An older sister of twins. She is a tomboy who likes to make model aircraft. Aya Matusta Aya. A daughter of a family who runs a sushi restaurant. Jun Sato Jun. Nicknamed Satojin, he becomes a member of new SOS trio. Manabu Takagi Manabu, a tall boy who is one of the few baseball club members of the school. Yukari Ameno Yukari, a daughter of a family who runs a public bath. Mint Wada Minto, very studied and feminine girl who does not get along well with Aiko. Kazuya Yoshida Kazuya. He is an attention seeker who often gets Nishizawa-sensei into trouble. His father runs a taiyaki, fish-shaped cake, store. Former Class 2. In 3rd and 4th grades. Kota Imano Kota. Keith Lennon. He loves the tokusatsu, SFX, series Battle Ranger. As such, he appreciates Onipiu's acting in Battle Ranger rather than her cuteness as idol. He is voiced by Amy Pallant in the 4Kids English dub. Shino Hanada Shino. Kerry Wilson. A foreign-grown girl who often receives culture shocks from living in Japan. Like Momoko. Among the places she has traveled to, she really likes Mongolia. Ryota Hayashi Ryota. Peter. He loves Kaiju, Monster, series. In the 4Kids English dub, the Monster series he loves is called Gazamadawn. Maki Higuchi Maki. Shannon Marley. She is good at rollerblading. She also staunchly likes and supports her brother. Kanai Kanai. Haley. A girl with an ample figure. Since her family runs a steakhouse, DoReMi insists Kanai is her great best friend. Takao Kimura Takao. David. He is good at playing soccer, and is Tetsuya's good friend. He eventually becomes Marina's boyfriend. He is voiced by Amy Pallant. Marina Koizumi Marina. Amanda. Though originally prompted by her mother's suggestion, she loves flowers and takes care of those in the school. She has a crush on Takao, who eventually returns her affections. Masaharu Miyamoto Masaharu. Scooter. A very bright boy and one of the top students in his grade. He is on the honor roll. Though smart, he never seems to come in first at anything, prompting him to run against Tamaki in the class elections, which he subsequently wins. He also has a rather severe crush on Sachiko. Goji Nakata Goji. Nicholas Schmorf. A computer geek with a massive crush on ONPU. His idol, Shiori Nakayama Shiori. Susie Williams. A classmate who appears sparingly in the first, and all subsequent, series due to illness. Yutaka Ota Yutaka. Oliver. A member of SOS Trio. He becomes more serious when he is alone. Yuji Sagawa Yuji. Simon. a member of SOS Trio. This short boy has an inferiority complex to Naomi, a girl much taller than him. Shota Tanuyama. Tanuyama Shota. Philip Tanuyama, a boy who is good at shogi, a game similar to chess. Michiaki Watabe. Watabe Michiaki. Mackenzie. Like his father, he is greatly skilled at show magic. He is voiced by Michael Sinter in a class in the 4Kids English dub. Shinshu Yamauchi. Yamauchi Shinshu. Stephen Yamauchi, a son of the Buddhist temple Yamauchi-dera. He is Natsumi's old friend, although their families suffer from a persistent conflict. Every season per year, all of their classmates go to Nobuaki's temple for a sleepover where they listen to scary stories and go on dares. Susuma Yanagida. Yanagida Susuma. Hansen. A fairly rotund boy who loves nothing but Japan. Fried bread. A bread similar to a donut. Others. Keisuke Harukes. Harukes Keisuke. Mr. Goodwin. DoReMi and Pop's father. He is voiced by Dan Green in the 4Kids English dub. Haruka Harukes. Harukes Haruka. Mrs. Goodwin. DoReMi and Pop's mother. She is voiced by Bella Hudson in the 4Kids English dub. Akira Fujiwara. Fujiwara Akira. George Griffith. Hazuki's father. He is voiced by Tom Wayland in the 4Kids English dub. Reiko Fujiwara. Fujiwara Reiko. Mrs. Griffith. Hazuki's mother. Baya. Real name Koyuki Ichikawa. Ichikawa Koyuki. Miss Suki. The Fujiwara family's housekeeper and nanny to Hazuki. Koji Senu. Seno Koji. Mr. Hayward. Aiko's father. He is voiced by Sean Schemmel in the 4Kids English dub. Atsuko Okamura. Okamura Atsuko. Miriam Hayward. Aiko's mother. Tsuyoshi Seigawa. Seigawa Tsuyoshi. Mr. Kraft. Onipiu's father. Miho Seigawa. Seigawa Miho. Mrs. Kraft. Onipiu's mother. A former idol. She is now Onipiu's manager. Kenzo Asuka. Asuka Kenzo. Momoko's father. Minori Asuka. Asuka Momori. Momoko's mother. Igarashi. Originally the team captain and often premier soccer player at Misora Elementary. He returns in later series as a coach due to an injury, though often the subject of DoReMi's infatuation. Unbeknownst to him, he develops a relationship with Maki Takahashi, the soccer team's oft-reserved manager. Nozomi Waku. Waku Nozomi. A.K.A. Non-chan. A leukemia patient and DoReMi's newfound friend in the hospital. She only appears and passes away in the 12th episode of Narai Show. She is voiced by Taiko Kawata. Keiichi Harima. Harima Keiichi. A.K.A. Anrima. Anrima. Aiko's childhood friend from Osaka and claimed her fiancé. Notes.